Hello, Nick. So we're starting day 2, which is April 12th. We've already rolled for weather and it's fair. Going back to the very end of the last video with that, somehow me totally missing about the little black buildings, just not meaning anything. So I think for Messina, we'll say that his march order is going to Ferrania, but he'll cancel it at the very beginning of this turn, anyways, for that unit, and he can put him in command, which we'll get to. But then I don't know what to do about Cervoni here. Having sending him over to Ferrania would not be good. The only other town is Cadell Sola, and unless La Harpe is able to put him in command to take him out of the march order before he gets too far, it just doesn't seem like a good thing. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll just say, all right, he just waited and he'll come on now if he gets initiative. So being the first turn of the day, we did weather, and we're also doing the supply segment. So, hey, the advanced guard has their baggage train on the board. So the baggage train needs to trace the trunk line to a supply source. So they can follow any trails or roads, but since they don't know anything about the fords, they can't go use that. And I don't know if they can regularly. I almost think they can, because reading about fords, it says, oh, what is it? Ford hex sites. Fords are treated as stream hex sites. Yeah, so I don't think even if they knew about them, they could use them, because you need a span across it. But anyways, they will trace on the roads on this side of the river, going up here, across here, and then down to here. So trunk line is established, and then make sure I showed that correctly. I need to look at the camera when I'm doing this. Maybe I showed it, but so it follows the road along here and then down to the supply source. So the trunk line is established, and then every unit within 14 hexes is in supply. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he'll be in supply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they'll be in supply. So these guys are back in supply, and oh, it feels so good. These guys obviously still are tracing back here. I got this guy about out to the extent of what he can do. So there's that. The French don't need to have any recovery or reorganization. All right, so now to the command segment. So La Harpe is still going to have to roll because so Messina, if you see here, so Messina is a commander, so he's got a number in a bracket, as opposed to La Harpe, whose number is in parentheses. So this means he can give out one command point to put an officer in command, or his own, what would it be, a division in this case. But he's only got so La Harpe is in control of the 2nd Advanced Guard Division. Messina comes on board with somebody from the 1st Division. But he can also put one unit in command, or a stack if they have divisional, if they're all from the same division. So if he was closer within 4 hexes, commanders have 4 range for their stuff. He could use that one to put La Harpe in command, which then puts everybody within command range of La Harpe in command in his division, and then he can put one other unit in command in range. So that's going to be pretty powerful once he gets up there. So he can't give it to anybody other than he's putting Menard in command, obviously, which is also he's also going to cancel that march order. So because he's going to take him himself, and we'll roll for La Harpe. Jeez, I don't know what to do. All these people just are not getting command. So that puts all these guys. They can't move. No initiative for them. Let's roll for Cervoni. Well, I guess command movement here. So Messina. Oops. Yeah, I should. I guess I should cloak these guys, shouldn't I? We'll get to. I guess I'll do that off camera. But so he can just go normal 1, 2, 3. Oops, man, I'm not even showing. So he went 1, 2, 3. He could go there, and he'd still be in march. He's in range of La Harpe now. Yeah, maybe we'll have him use his final point to come out of march order. Yeah, road march, not march order. Yeah, good enough. We'll get that next time. And the train, or not the train, the baggage train. Almost thinking keep him back there. I mean, I guess move him up a little bit. 1, 2, and maybe he'll just stay like that. And then we'll have Cervoni. So we can have Cervoni go for the victory point. Hey, he's in command. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So if he gets, not command, initiative. So if he gets initiative next turn, he'll be able to put a control marker on the Montenegino and do that. All right, so there's no combat for there. So hey, you saw the first turn. We'll skip ahead from here. There you go. I'm plodding along through this thing already. First day done. I'm excited. All right, there we go. So 7 a.m. turn for the French. La Harpe fails his initiative again, even though he's in supply. Could have I done the 1 hex movement? Possibly. I might have screwed up a little bit there. That optional rule where if an enemy's within 2 to 3 hexes, everybody within your command range can move 1 hex. But I think maybe not. But anyways, Messina had moved up with his guy, and then the decided to go with Messina's indiscretions on that Fog of War card. So Messina was moved over here to Ferrania. Must have, I guess he was known as a ladies' man, possibly. So that was the town. It was moved over there. His command range is going to be 0 for the next turn, I believe, the way that's going to be interpreted. So Argento got command and pushed forward. This force put this cavalry under possible attack. It retreated 2 hexes, and then this guy he had to roll his own initiative, got it, so he moved up to support Argento's attack. We got, let's see, 9, the 12. It was 12.5 because the artillery's halved because of the woods. So it came out to be a 2-to-1. They rolled a 5, and on the 2-to-1 column with a 5, that's shock. So I thought I would go over shock. So you take your best initiative rating units, which, I mean, Pigeon is the only one there. So, and he's pretty good, 4. And then this Rukavina, who was able to move up there. So he's a 4 also. Kind of really helps the Austrians because everybody in here was a 3. So they're even, and the way you do this is you roll a die for each one. And 1 to 2, you add nothing. 3 to 4, you add 1. And 5 to 6, you add 2. And you add that to the initiative rating. So let's roll for each. The blue obviously is the French, and the yellow is the coalition. So the coalition is going to add none. The French are going to add 1. So now we look on the shop table. So the attacker's modified initiative stays a 3, and 4 stays a 4, and the defender's modified initiative becomes a 5. So we go down here. So AR. So the attacker retreats. Wow, that's pretty big. That was a big possibility there for Argento to take over the victory hex. Oh, and since Argento was pushed back, we have to roll to see if something bad happens to him. A 1, I think it's got to be a 6, but wow, let's double check this. I'm pretty sure that 6 is the bad. So yeah, so a leader alone. Wait, that's or whenever he's the target. What? Let's see, leaders. Anyways, I didn't roll 6, so he survives. I think whenever target. I'm pretty sure if they're forced to retreat, they have to make that roll. According to this, it's if they're alone and adjacent to an enemy unit that exerts a zone of control, or whenever they're the target of bombardment. That's leader capture. Right here, retreat and capture. Leaders stacked with friendly combat units can always retreat with their stack. Every leader in the retreating stack is subject to a separate die roll. So yeah, so 1 to 5. 1 to 5, yeah. Retreats 1 to 4 hexes per combat result. Yep, so he's okay. He retreats with his stack, and we continue. I think that's the end of the turn there. The Piedmontese, the little stack, was able to get initiative and was tempted to go and maybe make an attack on that French unit, but they decided to be safe because they don't want, if the Piedmontese lose down to 8, they'll be considered demoralized, and the French will get points for that at the end of the game. And since I can't bring them back, I'm trying to be very careful with them. I'm moving these Piedmontese up. Moved 1 already to be with that in that roadblock, and once I get this guy successful, I'm going to move him down there, making a way for Sabetendorf to take over the defense right in Dago. So there we go. That's the 7 a.m. turn. 8 a.m. turn has been completed. Massena ran back. He's got a movement of 10, so he was able to get back, but that really hurt him not being able to put La Harpe in command, because once again La Harpe failed. Was able to do the 1 hex movement, so everybody was able to move up 1, but I mean, without being able to do full movement, I mean, it's very hard to get any kind of defense set up. On the coalition turn, Argento, he failed to put his people into command, but however, he had the 1 hex possibility also. So these guys made an attack on the roadblock and destroyed that, and Argento made a big attack, moved another a big unit in. It was a 3-to-1 attack here on Pigeon, and caused a DR3. So he had to retreat 3 hexes. This puts La Harpe in a little jeopardy here for the next turn. He's only got this 1. It'll be probably it could be another 3-to-1 attack on him. Oh man, I'm just blowing it here. But we'll see about that. I don't know if I'll have to check you, because if leaders can just move out of the hex, which I think they can, even though they're engaged, as long as they leave somebody behind, I think they can move out. So I think he will move out. Things are looking a little dicey over here for the French. They do not have enough. I mean, they really needed La Harpe to get more movement in the previous day, so they could have pushed up and maybe set up a screen and then slowly give ground. But now Montenotte Superiore has been taken. That's three victory points, and defending Monteneggino, which Cervoni was able to go in to add control to. That's going to be tough, because for them to shift their axis to put themselves between that and the Austrians, that gives a very dicey situation where the Austrians could turn the flank and cut them off from supply again, which, as we saw, really hurt La Harpe with getting him in command. Of course, even when he's not out of supply, he doesn't seem to be doing it. So there you go. Quick addendum. Argento had the one hex because he failed command, so he couldn't have advanced into there to take control. And actually, this Kirpin couldn't advance once they destroyed the roadblock. So that's how it actually is right now. So La Harpe and La Harpe could have left there even if that was in zone of control. But now maybe if he can get in, well, he will be in command, because Massena will be able to put him in command next turn finally. We won't have to worry about rolling. So yeah, there you go. Just wanted to correct that while I was thinking of it. Back at it. It's a week of real world time since I've been back to it, but only 1 hour in game time. This is the 9 a.m. turn. Rain started. The French, with Massena for the first time able to give out command point to La Harpe, and La Harpe subsequently pulled everybody back, trying to form protective line. This guy, who was that? That was Cervoni. He was able to get his own initiative to come up over here, so he's within reach of command now. And then also the French were able to take back. Well, I guess take, not necessarily take back. That improved position, forcing that unit out of there, and he's coming back around now to get back into command. Let's see, the column headed for Dago continues to go, and the French tried to get some initiative over here, worried about this guy last time who started moving. This guy failed, but this guy who was down in Carcaré was able to move up to protect that supply path a little more. So we'll see what happens in the future with this, whether I'm guessing, I don't know, this is probably a good spot over here for this guy, and if the Piedmontese would get a little frisky, then he could always activate and come down. So yeah, over here, I just don't know. The French, I don't think they're going to be able to defend the Monteneggino for 2 points. They just don't have enough troops to stretch out to protect their supply line also. And then also kind of during the coalition turn, Argento was able to get into command, and he took which I need to flip this. He was able to take Montenotte Superiore and form up a defensive line there, and get back there, and then had a little foray over here. These two guys came up and attacked. These two units were up here. It was a 1.5 to 1 attack, and they were able to push them back. Because of the rain, the only ones that can see each other are the ones adjacent. So So Argento's got kind of the reverse problem. He can easily probably peel around here to take Montenegrino, but he's got to worry about his supply line also if the French happen to, start turning his left flank. But I don't know if the French have enough numbers. All those extra reinforcements, alternate reinforcements that Argento got has really bolstered his forces. So I think probably his plan will be to kind of keep that front over enough so he can get Montenegrino and then maybe start trying to push the French back. So we'll see how that goes. End of the French 10 a.m. turn. Had the French had advanced to try to start curling up this flank a bit. This guy here, Cosse, was the one in the improved position. He had to make a initiative roll, and he made it. So they came up here. They had 2-1 against Loudon, rolled a 6, and it was an AR star. No, it didn't convert to a shock, so French had to fall back. Onward we go. Over here, this guy did get initiative, so he's come up here to guard the approach, awaiting the arrival of one Mr. Napoleon tonight. But we're a long way from that. Coalition side of the 10 a.m. turn. After that failed attempt of the French to try to start turning Argento's minimal flank. I mean, these guys up here would have presented a problem. Argento decided to push forward and put some bulk of his forces against here. And Kirpin and Auxey went after Cervoni. So this turned out to be a 1-1. They rolled a 6, which was an AR2. So they retreated back. And then the big one here, Argento had a 3-1 attack on Rampon, and he rolled a 6. So it turned into a shock, and they both had 4s. The French rolled a 5, which gave them a +2, and the coalition rolled I believe it was a 2, which gave them nothing. So attacker 4, defender 6, that caused an AR. So Argento's force had to retreat, and the French had a chance to bag Argento, rolled a 5, needed a 6. So very close. As I've seen on some coverage of this series, it was a bullet hole through the through the arm, the cuff or whatever. So almost had Argento. That would have been major if Argento would have got bagged there. So I think they need to really think about how much they want to risk Argento. But I needed to have him there so that I could get extra stacking in there with those. Even though I don't know if it really did much. Yeah, I probably could have left the artillery out, but I wanted to up the odds there. All right. So we, and I got to say, at times I've been like, man, this probably looks pretty annoying to anybody who actually is watching this because, all these things are hidden, but they actually do give me pause when I'm attacking. I mean, when I was looking at this, it's like, I got this guy that I can bring some power against. I don't know what this guy has. And so, I debated and stuff, and I don't know. I think it really, even just playing solo, using this sort of fog of war, it gives me pause and makes me think. And I think that's good in any game. So, and especially, I mean, that's what you tackle when you're playing opposed. I know I'm always wondering, what's under there. That's why some of those cards like probe, and if you got cavalry, you can just move them up next to somebody and automatically succeed. Or if you do have to use the what are those rules? The reconnaissance, which I don't think I've ever used opposed, but yeah. That makes it interesting. All right. French 11 a.m. turn, and we've got some chicanery going on here. But first, let's show you what happened here. The French got reinforcements arrive early. They played it -3 VP, but look what gets to come in. This was scheduled 9 p.m. So 10 hours from now. Is that 10 hours? Something like that. Yeah, anyways. Napoleon and another corps here. So I rolled. They're coming in at 2 p.m. So 7 hours ahead of schedule. They made some good progress. So that is exciting. And then the Messena is getting a little reckless here, maybe too much, but got a chance to bag Loudon here. We remembered from, and I didn't cheat. You know, they had their concealment counters on. We remembered that Loudon was sitting out here holding the flank with 7 strength. So we arranged it so we've got a 2-to-1 attack here, and we threw everybody else into here, had to commit La Harpe into there so that we could have, oh wait, you know what? Yeah, there's only 3. Yeah, that's allowed. That's, you know, divisional integrity and all. So that's legal. So he has got to attack both these hexes. He actually has more strength than these 2 hexes, but it comes out to be a 1-to-1. So that is fine. We will take that. And we're going to do this attack first, because if we can cause a retreat result there, then Loudon cannot retreat to a hex that has no zone of control on it and would be eliminated, sent to the holding. So we're going to make this attack right now. So 2-to-1 on Loudon. Let's roll and see. Oh, jeez. Rolled another 6. I don't know how many freaking 6s that's has been in a row in my attacks. So AR star, there's no terrain there that would convert it to shock. So that freaking sucks. So these guys have to each retreat. Oh boy. So La Harpe is out here in danger now. 1-to-1. Let's see if we can roll anything but a 6. Ooh, we roll a 2. I think that might be good. So that's a DR. So these guys will have to retreat. Would that be? Maybe the best thing would be. Oops, man. Yeah, let's have these guys retreat back to here, and maybe Argento's crew will go to there. So La Harpe could advance. I mean, if he goes into here, he ties all these guys up, and you know, jeez, this is not good. So, you know, and then, so these guys would be committed to an attack, but it's going to be greater than 1-to-1 odds when these guys get thrown into it. However, if he doesn't advance, he's going to be left with, they can pretty much set him up into a situation where he's got problems of his own with not being able to retreat. So I almost think, man, maybe we should sacrifice Pigeon or Rampon to advance to tie them up. Oh man, that sucked. I really thought we were going to get Loudon there. Oh, this is a decision. I mean, he could go into there. It's 1-to-1, but then if they roll good, they bag 3 good units. So I think what we're going to do is Pigeon is going to advance, and La Harpe says, hey man, do your best. Oh, that stunk. That stunk. All right. I would have rather had, I really would rather have had those rolls reversed. Oops. Just making a mess here. Well, anyways, you get the picture. We control Montenotte Superiore again. Or I say we. It's the French. I'm not I'm not playing a certain side, I'm playing both. So we've taken that, but it's going to be short-lived, and we're probably going to lose Pigeon here. So, all right, that's that. We can recloak everybody who's well, everybody else, I guess, is second line of sight step. Yeah, that guy can be seen. So that is that. Yeah, everybody stays because they're in contact, 1 hex in the rain. So there you go. That's the situation going into the coalition turn. We'll see if they can capitalize on that. All right, coalition 11 a.m. turn. We'll do the attack back the other way. This guy was able to get initiative. He was sitting here, entered road march. So 1, 2, 3 across the span, 4, 5. And then you might wonder, well, wait a minute, infantry's only got 4. But they had played this card, so they had 5 for that time. So lucky there. So that's going to make this required attack against La Harpe a little better. It'll take it from, I think it would have been a 1 to 2 to now it's a 1.5 or 1 to 1.5. I haven't figured out this attack yet. I'm thinking we'll just do this one first. It won't matter for Pigeon's fate if he has to retreat, but it could make it more interesting and kind of give Argento a little clue what to do if needed. So let's do 1 to 1.5 for this attack against La Harpe. Oh, rolled a 2. So that's DR star. That's clear terrain. So he'll just have to retreat. So I guess we'll go there. So this guy's out of command. He can't advance. I think Loudon will just stay where he's at. Coming in there just seems dangerous. Let's see if they bag La Harpe. 4. So nope. All right. So now this attack on Pigeon. There's 2 artillery in here. Little onesies, which they're 3/4 because of the weather and then halved because they're attacking into or out of woods. So they basically won't give much to this. So 8, 15 and 6, 21. Come on. 21 and 7, 28 to 5. It's going to be a 5 to 1. Things are not looking very good for Pigeon. 5 to 1. Rolled a 5. Oh my. It's an exchange. Oh, wow. So let's see. I got to look up exchange. I think... where's that table at? I think, just off the top of my head, Pigeon will flip, and then they have to lose that many points too, unless he's eliminated. That could be also. Exchange. All combat. Oh, okay. All combat units on the weaker side are eliminated. The stronger side eliminates which total at least 50% of the face combat strength of the weaker side. See exchange notes below. Artillery units that did not participate in the combat, which are stacked with units that did, may be used to satisfy an exchange result. The overrunning cavalry must be used first, and you compare the unmodified face value SPs of all units. Oh, wow. All right, so Pigeon is eliminated, which is 5, so then they have to do 2.5 here around. Oh, yeah, I think they have to do, didn't I read they have to do at least that? Where are we at? Yeah, he's got to lose more. Oh, at least 50%. So yeah, they're gonna have to, so 2.5. They're gonna have to at least lose 3. The artillery won't suffice. There's a 3 here. There you lose this guy because he's a 3. A 3 for initiative, and so let's see. Argento will, I guess he'll advance with his whole force now. Retake Montenotte Superiore. I should say that I don't think I did it on camera, but I did roll against Argento for the last time when he was forced to retreat. Man, I am not good at tweezers with my offhand. I mean, some might say I'm not good with tweezers with my good hand, but all right. Oops. So we'll leave the artillery back here. Argento will come along, and there you go. So we have some casualties of the main combatants here. So these guys will go on their flipped side, and they'll be in the eliminated units box. They did have so Pigeon here did have a retreat. He wasn't completely surrounded, so he's okay. And then the same with this IR-8 unit. So we'll put them over here in the eliminated units. And then they'll fall down probably into the waiting recovery. Yeah, because they're not going to be moved to permanently eliminated. So we'll start rolling for them on recovery turns, and maybe we'll have some reorganization example. All right, there you go. So real quick, it's the French noon turn. We did weather. It's still raining, and so we did the what is it called, the recovery segment. So Pigeon was over here. You roll against their initiative, and he rolled a 4 or below, so he's able to go over here to be able to reorg. Now, to reorg, his officer could do reorg, but then he's out of command for the whole segment, or the whole turn, and so then everybody of his command in command range would have to roll initiative to move. But it says, following the rules, it says that commanders can do the reorganization if they have the officer of that formation within their command range, which Messina does. And it also says that the commander does not go out of command. So the way I read that, we got this reorganizing marker here. So we put reorganizing, and then I think we just bring Pigeon back, and we put him with Messina. Now, what I don't know for sure, which I'm going to have to do maybe a little more looking into, is I don't know if Pigeon can just start moving during this turn. And like, I know, if an officer did it, he'd be out of command, so he couldn't move. But a commander, it says, isn't out of command, so I almost think the commander can move. So I think Messina will be able to do as he wishes, and then I'll just have to find out whether I'm guessing, since this reorganizing marker is there, maybe Pigeon is stuck in that hex, but who knows? We'll see. Well, we'll continue on. So continuing on with that discussion, I almost think when you have a commander do it, that I don't know. I mean, this marker seems, I don't even know why you need it. I don't see anywhere where it says that the unit coming back on can't move, and since it says that commanders aren't considered out of command, he can still give his command point to put La Harpe in command. So I don't know, when you have office or commanders do it, it's almost like, hey, let's just bring them back and we move on. So that's the way I want to play it. I know a lot of questions that Zucker gets. He's often like, if it's, you're reading more into the rules. If it doesn't explicitly say that, you can do it. So that's the way we're going to play it. So Pigeon eliminated, but Messina was able, I guess you could consider them routed, and Messina was able to, say, whoa, let's get back into things. So here we go. However, I think I don't know. I think a little ill-fated, 2 attempts to do something to the right flank there, and both times failed. I think maybe that's a sign, and Messina needs to maybe start giving a little ground and being a little flexible. The coalition, end of the noon turn, Bettendorf, little cadre completed their march. He's set up in Dago, nice little defense. We'll have to debate whether we want to go forward a little more. The Piedmontese stack here got initiative. They were able to move up. I think maybe, they want to get in that town, maybe the ideal position. They can defend across the bridge. Yeah. And that'll leave this approach this side, but then the French would have to fight across that bridge, which would be tough. Down over where the main action's taking place, Argento was able to get in command again. I was tempted to maybe try to make an attack here to start turning that flank, but if they lose Argento, they're pretty well in. They'll come back with a diminished leader with a 2 command rating. That wouldn't be good. So I think we're just going to play it safe from now on. I'm not going to take too many chances with Argento. If the French leave us alone, we're just going to set up kind of a defensive measure here to hold Montenotte Superiore. And then I got this 4 initiative guy over here, Ruca Vina, who is going to hopefully get over here to take control of Monteneggino. And we'll see how things go with that.